Greetings. Welcome to Activate Your Hidden Power. Activate Your Hidden Power was designed to help relieve stress, anxiety, depression for those who are really suffering with symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, the symptoms of trauma, or symptoms of any everyday life that has interfered with your success or with your desire to accomplish whatever task that you have set out to accomplish. Last week we talked about the 12 universal laws and how these 12 universal laws affect our everyday life. But this week I'm going to show you how you can use moral, natural, and divine laws to help you relieve stress and anxiety in your meditation practice. These moral laws are rules that determine what is considered right or wrong in human action. The moral laws that shape our ethical, cultural, and religious belief within ourselves and our community. These moral laws depend on personal consciousness, shared values, and not particularly on legal enforcement. So when we talk about these moral laws, we want to understand that they influence our behavior, our continent with the world, or whether we see things as right or wrong. They shape our religious belief, our physiological traditions, and our diversity as society values and beliefs. These moral laws ensure justice and fairness for setting standards and ethical conduct within our community and within our personal endeavors. So when we think about these moral laws, we'll think about them in a way where we can be attentive and use them for our personal desires. Not only understanding the moral laws, but also understanding divine laws. And these divine laws is considered rules that are set out by deities, a master, a God, a creator, in sacred texts and in teaching. And we want to act, these moral laws, these divine laws act as a guide, a rules that's shaping our moral behaviors and the entire universe. Take example the Ten Commandments. All over the world, everyone know about the 10th Amendment, right and wrong. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor. Thou shalt believe in one and only God, or your source, or whichever you believe in. These are laws that are set by divine nature, Buddha, the Hinduism, and we can go on and on with the different religions of how these divine laws are set up. And understanding how we can incorporate these divine laws into our breathing techniques, into our meditation, would take us on a balance of our personal purpose in life. So when we talk about divine laws, we talk about universal principles. We talk about consistent and unchanged principles that govern the universe. These principles often originate from a higher, divine source, and they are often the foundation of both moral and natural laws. These principles are good or evil, and they are persuaded us and show us how each and every one of us can use the goodness of these laws in our purpose in life. Now, what I propose is that during the breathing exercises that I'm going to give you at the end of these sessions, how they can reflect on how we operate on a daily life. The good should be pursued and the evil avoided. It's just as simple as that. So let's talk about how we can understand the natural laws and how we can incorporate them into our behavior in the world, and how it can persist and predict our manner in every way, in every shape in today's life. As we know, a lot of things are happening on the earth that we do not understand. They're creating anxiety because we are not in control of them. we're not able to control these. And some people say we might be being conditioned by television, by our world leaders, and a lot we don't understand. But we can understand one thing, that we can be attentive to what's happening around us. We can analyze and use scientific inquiries as we understand that natural, moral, and divine laws are operating daily within our atmosphere, within our environment, within our home, within our community. So what we want to do is we want to use these natural, these spiritual divine laws, and these moral laws as we meditate, as we use breathing exercise, and try to revert the interaction that's happening with us within the universe. Now let's reflect on how we can harness these moral laws into our inner peace. We can meditate on moral and natural laws to foster harmonious and encouraging personal reflection on our universal values and principles. And we can contemplate these laws during relaxation to align our actions with deeper values, promoting a sense of personal purpose, and integrating law-based reflection into meditation to increase our mindfulness, our emotional balance, and our overall well-being. So as we continue to reflect on moral laws, we can always incorporate into them into our health, into our healing practice. We can integrate these moral laws in therapy, cultivating a self-awareness and encouraging an act with ethical, intentional, doing mindful practices. So we can guide and align our goals with compassion and integrity, ensuring positive intention and outcome. We can also focus on goals that benefit both self and others and lead to a more improved well-being and more successful therapeutic result. So I propose today that we do a breathing exercise. In my book, How to Activate the Hidden Power of God in You, I designed a system called the correct breathing technique. There are thousands of breathing techniques that we can find online, on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. And none of these breathing techniques are wrong. They're all beneficial for each and every one of us. But what I have done, I've used these breathing techniques, my own design, to reflect on moral laws, doing breathing, and encouraging compassion and ethical integrity, deepening the meaningfulness of the practice. So to understand how the deep breathing, correct breathing technique reflect on, we want to visualize a connection with divine laws, doing breathing, fostering a spiritual purpose and a greater feeling of connection, synchronizing the breath with natural cycles to promote harmony and balance, integrating body and environment. So what I want you to do is I want you to use this technique for your breathing and relaxation in your daily practice. So to understand how this technique is operated, we want to understand that the diaphragm muscle is the most important muscle that we use for breathing. So we imagine and we notice that when the diaphragm compress, it expands the lower lung. And then when it expands the lower lung, we are able to get more oxygen into the lung. And as the oxygen moves up the lung to the mid-chest, the mid-chest is also expanding. And from the mid-chest to the upper chest and to the shoulders, the oxygen is moving closer into our trachea and into our bronchioles and into our alveolus. So this is how it works. 1, the diaphragm contract. 2, the lower lungs expand. 3, the upper lung expand even further. And 4, oxygen moves through the trachea, into the bronchioles, into the alveolus. So we want to go 4, 4, 4. We use this technique to enhance our ability to relax the body. So this is how it goes. Breathing and inhaling in to the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll hold the breath for 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll exhale the breath at the count of 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's begin this exercise. Find a comfortable position, either sitting or reclining. Make sure that your hands are not touching. If you are sitting, make sure your feet is flat on the floor or on the ground or on the surface. Make sure your back is straight and up against the surface. Make sure that your head is facing outward and straight. Let's begin the exercise. Inhale. Deep breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Again, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Take another deep breath. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Relax. Relax the scalp of your head. Relax. Relax your forehead. Relax. Relax your eyelids and the tissues surrounding your eyelids. Relax. Each time you hear the word relax, you will go deeper into a state of relaxation. Relax your face. Relax your cheeks. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your forearms, your hand, your fingers. Relax. Relax your chest, the outer portion of your chest. Relax. Relax the inside of your chest, the organs in your chest, the glands, the tissues, the nerves in your chest. Relax. Feel the inside of your chest, its organs, the glands, the tissues, the nerves, relaxing even more. Relax your abs, the outside of your abs. Relax. Feel your breath becoming more and more regular as you relax your abs. And you inhale, feel your abs receding out. And as you exhale, feel your abs receding in. Relax the inside of your abs, the glands, the organs, the tissues, the nerves. Relax. Relax your spine. Relax your upper body. Relax your middle back. Relax your lower back. Relax. Relax your pelvis, your reproductive organs. Relax. Feel them becoming more and more and more relaxed. Relax your thighs. Relax the bone within the thigh area. Relax your buttocks. Relax. Relax your knees. Relax your calves. Relax the instep of your feet. Relax your ankle. Relax your toes. Relax the sole of your feet. Relax the heel of your feet. Relax from the head of your body to the bottom of your feet. Relax. Relax. Feel your breathing becoming more and more normal and regular. Relax. Relax. Your body is totally relaxed. Repeat after me. I am totally relaxed. I am resting, calm, relaxed. My eyes closed. My arms and legs are flexible. I feel relaxed. Nothing can distract me. I let myself be drawn along in this deep state of relaxation. I am breathing slowly, regularly. I am quite relaxed. A wonderful peacefulness enveloped my entire body. In this state of peace, I have an opening to my subconscious. This opening grows wider, deeper, more and more. My words are settling into my subconscious. They are taking root there. I will carry out these commands. I'm peaceful. I'm happy. I'm joyous. I feel love radiating through my entire body. I feel love radiating through the universe. through the planets, through the earth, through the city, through my community. Love, joy, peace, happiness is reflected in me, in my environment, in my home, in my community, in my state, in my nation. I feel peace. I feel joy. I spread peace. I spread joy. Nothing can distract my peace, my joy, my love, my happiness. I'm breathing slowly, regularly. With each breath, I become deeper and deeper and more relaxed. Peacefulness continue to envelope my body. It's taking root there. Anger, animosity do not exist in my subconscious. I've been using only a fraction of the true power of my mind. I've been using only 5 or 10% of the true power of my mind. Now I will begin to use more and more of it. Now I will begin to use it all for love, for peace, for joy. I am relaxed. I am becoming more and more and more relaxed. Love inflates my entire body. I would take this minute at this time to reflect on love, on joy, on peace. I'm breathing slowly, regularly. I'm quite relaxed. I'm quite relaxed. Eyes closed. I'm calm. I'm resting. I'm relaxed. I am relaxed. Nothing can distract me. Nothing can distract me. As I continue to breathe regularly, I'm becoming more relaxed. Relax. Relax. This wonderful peacefulness enveloped my body. I'm in a state of peacefulness, love, joy. I am relaxed. In a moment, I will count to the number 5. When I reach the number 5, I will become fully aware, fully attentive, and fully awake to the universe, to the planet, to the earth, peace, love, and joy. 1, 2, 3, coming out slowly. 4, 5, fully aware, fully awake, fully utilized, fully peaceful.